and a very warm welcome to Thorough Newspaper Analysis, which is presented to you by Law Seco. So, today we'll discuss important articles from the newspaper of 17 July 2021. We have one important article of the day. This article is a very informative article from The Hindu, and it is written by Dr. Abhay Sukla. He is a public health professional and health activist, and also a national co-convener of Jan Swasthya Abhiyan. In this article, he has given some suggestions which the new health minister should take up in order to make the health system better in this COVID-19 pandemic. Moving to the MCQ section of the day, your question is, which of the following is not a bordering country to Afghanistan? Your options are option A, Iran, option B, Iraq, option C, Uzbekistan, and option D, Turkmenistan. Please note that you have to point out the country which is not bordering the country Afghanistan. So, moving to the descriptive question of the day section. The question is, India needs to act on three core healthcare system lessons of the COVID-19 pandemic in need for strengthening public health system, regulating private healthcare, and preventing further privatization of health sector. Discuss. You can write your answers in 250 words. For free study materials and TNA PDF slide, please join our Telegram group. This is a link to the new Telegram group, and you can scan the code from here and join directly, or you can click the link in the description box of this video. And also you can follow us on Law Seco Judiciary, Law Seco CLAD Prep, and UGC Net Law Seco for more such updates. So moving to the first article of the day, and the only article of the day in fact. So it talks about India needs a renewed healthcare system and what can be the lessons that can be learned from the COVID pandemic situation and the hospital and the public healthcare crisis which we had seen in the past, in the recent past in fact, and what the new health minister can focus on in the new era. So we have Mansukh Mandavia after the cabinet reshuffle as the Union Health Minister. So in this article, the author has talked about the various lacunas which is there in the public policy and how if we can change all those things, then the healthcare system in the pandemic also it would work in a better manner. So first, he has analyzed the situation of two states and compared them. It has taken into account the Maharashtra state and the Kerala state. Both had highest number of COVID cases, and the population had quite exposure to the COVID-19 pandemic on a similar footage, and the density was also quite similar in both of them. Even it was seen that the per capita gross state domestic product reflecting overall economic situation of each state was similar. However, the COVID-19 case fatality rates were hugely different for both Maharashtra and Kerala, in which it was seen 0.48 was the fatality rate for Kerala, whereas it was so much that 2.04 was the rate of fatality in Maharashtra. So, with this shocking implication, an average COVID-19 patient in Maharashtra has been over 4 times more likely to die than compared to Kerala. So let's see what can be the major region for such kind of critical divergence and what is the huge difference it has been seen here. There is a effective difference in public health system primarily. In Kerala, as per the data, per capita 2.5 times more government doctors are available than in Maharashtra. Secondly, despite Maharashtra having a large private healthcare sector, it has a very weak public healthcare system, and this has proved its critical deficiency in this pandemic. In contrast, there is a robust government healthcare service system in Kerala, and this has translated into a more effective outreach, timeless testing, early case detection, and more rational treatment for COVID 19 patients. Also, there is existing evidence from the COVID 19 pandemic which is providing a clear message that a neglect to the public healthcare system can mean a large scale unavoidable loss to life, and hence public healthcare system must be upgraded rapidly and massively as a topmost priority today. The second thing the author of this article has focused is the public health. So it has stated that India has grossly decreased the allocation for the national health mission and other health related funding in center as well as the state. It has been seen that the national health urban health mission funding is pathetic, and this year the central allocation for national urban health mission is just 1000 crore rupees, and which is actually percolates to rupees 2 per month per urban India. So as we know, 2 rupees is like nothing for a health situation or tackling anything, and even one cannot afford a piece of bread in rupees 2, and this is the allocation given by the government as per the data. Also, the it has been seen that if it is increased to 1.5 lakh crore, then only the public healthcare system can be made in such a way that it can cater to the requirement of the public. The third thing is seen that because of lack of proper public health network and proper infrastructure for public health system, people are moving to the private sector. And in this pandemic, we have seen that there was huge shortage of beds in public infrastructure as well, and also there was bandwidth shortage in the people who are serving in the public healthcare sector. Therefore, they could not take care of the patients, and literally people died in a huge number in public healthcare system as well as private healthcare system in the COVID-19 pandemic. Owing to this, it has been seen that people are moving more to the private health sector and they are spending a lot of money in there. It has been seen that a per week expenditure for a COVID-19 care patient is 1 lakh to 3 lakh, and the pandemic has worsened for the people who had the need for the remdesivir injection, and also who were attacked by the micromyces outbreak. Also, the author has highlighted that during the COVID-19 pandemic, there is a need to regulate rates and standard of care in the private sector, because it has been seen that many people have suffered because of lack of fund, and their entire saving of their life have eroded in this pandemic situation. So, therefore, there needs to be a comprehensive regulation for regulating these prices and the standards in the private hospital. The central government is yet to take necessary steps to promote the implementation of the Clinical Establishment Registration and Regulation Act, or CEA. So there is a act known as the Clinical Establishment Regulation Registration and Regulation Act. This has not been taken by all the state, it is state specific. Presently it is only applicable to 11 states across India. This act is not effectively implemented due to major delays in notification of the central minimum standard, and also there is failure to develop a central framework for regulation of rates, and because of this act has not been much instrumental in today's scenario. So, the third, moving to the third issue the author has raised here is the Niti Ayog's representation in the healthcare system and what it has talked about in the past. So, it has been seen that though there is a huge lesson that the public sector is the panacea for this pandemic kind of situation, and it is right time to increase the infrastructure in our country. However, the Niti Aayog has recently published a document known as the Investment Opportunities in India Health Sector. This promotes the privatization of healthcare system in our country, and it already has one of the most privatized healthcare system in the world. However, this is a point of concern because today we do not need a more privatized healthcare system in our country, but what we need is a more regulated and a better efficiently managed public healthcare system. So, this report also fails to acknowledge the negative aspects of unregulated private sector and how it has affected the people in these situations. And therefore, being the think tank of the government and the primary decision making body, the author has talked about why the government need to focus rather on the revamping the public healthcare system than going to the private healthcare system. So, the author has advised that the minister must assert his authority to stop such moves for further privatization, which might benefit healthcare corporate but would be damaging the ordinary people. And therefore, to conclude, it can be said that the best healthcare system can only be enacted or brought upon if we focus on three main things. First is need for strengthening public healthcare system, second is regulating the private healthcare system, and third is preventing further privatization of healthcare system. Also, the author has stressed that there is a need to shape the national health policy in India for and thereby stopping the further privatization of healthcare. So, this was all for today. Thank you.